Tubby and Coos, Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton, just off Orleans in Carrollton. Books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. Find them on the web at tubbyandcoos.com and sign up for their geekly newsletter. Tubby and Coos, more than books.
Kasha's Bazaar, located at 5727 Jesson Highway across from Red, White, and Blue. Geeky collectibles and more. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Kasha's Bazaar. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jesson Highway, the Flea Market.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, one block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Good afternoon, New Orleans. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Coming to you live from the tubbyandcoos.com studios. This is David D. Squared with
Brian Held.
How the hell are you, buddy?
I am fantastic, sir.
Are you perky? Be perky, damn it. As always, we strongly urge Brian to be perky and to like the Facebook page. Hey, 2,100 likes.
Yeah, I know. That's
moving
fantastic.
on up, man.
Yeah.
We're the Jeffersons of the Facebook.
Yep.
And then follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio. Check out the Instagrams, The Week in Geek, and all that other cool stuff. Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, once we're off the air, we're going to load this up on Spreaker at Spreaker.com. You can also download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablets. We're on iTunes, YouTube, and, of course, you can find all the archives on FoxSportsAM1280.com.
Well played, sir. All right, so as always, we'll open up the show with our boy Skungy and his pick of the week. Then we dipped into the archives because tonight and this weekend, the Purge Anarchy opens up.
Yeah.
And we interviewed Frank Grillo back by Comic-Con, I believe.
Yeah, it was January.
Yeah, and so actually we didn't talk much about Civil War because they wouldn't let us.
Right.
You know, so most of it involved around his fighting and the Purge. So
De Niro.
And De Niro, yeah. I'm an instigator. What can I say? Mm-hmm. So, we'll have that coming up in the second segment. Then, we'll do the third segment is Top Nerd News. And as always, we'll close out the show with This Week in Geek History. So without much further ado, let's bring on our boy Skungy at his pick of the week.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
He might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
Not a lot, gentlemen. How y'all doing today?
Wonderful.
We're outstanding.
Outstanding.
All right, man. So you don't fill in the show sheet, so we have no idea what you're going to talk about.
Well, we're going to talk about Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, so...
Yeah.
Is it better than the cinematic release?
Oh damn. Brian laying the lumber this early in the show. All right, so is it
fired, man.
Is it really just a like a walkthrough of the movie, or what is it?
Actually, this game has actually surprised me because they decided to freshen up the Lego game a little bit. Now, the Lego games have been pretty much the same thing throughout the years. They put a new face on it. It's a new IP, Harry Potter, Lego, Marvel, DC. The newest one was Dimensions, and that one had, a lot of new stuff to it, but it still felt the same. This, they've added new gameplay mechanics. They're like cool little extras. Like the space combat in this game is refined, and it's actually really good.
Space combat. All right. So they missed that ball in Battlefront. So did Lego Star Wars get it right?
Yeah, they did. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's simplified. It's not anything hugely dynamic, but it's fun.
Okay, we're gonna reach
really
way back, Skungy. How does it compare to X-Wing versus TIE Fighter?
It's a Lego game.
I know.
And it exploded.
It's not like sophisticated.
I'm
it's
playing.
just cheap and fun.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah, like cheap and fun, like Skungy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so what? So the fighting, the ship combat, and but I mean, what are the game mechanic changes you were talking about?
Well, there's it looks like every level has this new cover mechanic, very similar to like Gears of War, where you duck and cover and poke and cover, and shoot your enemies and whatnot.
Why would you need that? I mean, it's like you can't die in Lego games. All you do is you fall apart and you get put back together. You lose some coins. But
yeah, but if you get through the level without dying, you get extra studs and you get rewards for doing that. So the better you play,
you heard that, Brian? You get extra studs.
Yeah.
So, but I'm really liking this one, and the reason why is that they've gone full out Star Wars. They've taken parts from the last games and refreshed them. So it starts out actually at Jedi, so you get a rehash of Jedi, but it also fills in the blanks of stuff from Force Awakens. It has missions where like Poe Dameron goes to rescue Admiral Akbar.
Interesting.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. And he said that phrase about 17 times.
Oh, geez.
In that mission, by the way.
Wow. Well, it's fun to say.
It is fun to say. But, I mean, it's the Lego games are always fun. You're always going to have a good time with them. But I really like the care and detail that they did with this one. It's not just, hey, let's go shot by shot of the movie.
Right.
They've added little things into it. They use the voice acting of the movie.
Okay.
So you hear, Harrison Ford's voice and Daisy Riley, I think her name is.
Ridley.
Jinx.
Yeah.
That was Jinx. So. So they use it, but they got some talented voice actors to add in like little words here and there, little phrases that sounds almost exactly like the original voice actors.
Skungy, was there a sequence of Poe Dameron going through the desert in that planet on a speeder at all?
I haven't gotten that far to it yet. I didn't see him doing that yet. The only mission that they had was the opening mission where he gets captured by the First Order.
All right, hold on, Skungy.
A past mission where you rescue Admiral Akbar.
Is there a reason you're asking that, Brian?
Yeah, in the novelization, there's a whole sequence where after the TIE fighter crashed on the planet, right, and we see Finn kind of get out and he runs off. And
right. We don't know what happened to Poe.
Right. Well, it talks about it in the book. Right,
okay.
Where he gets picked up by one of the denizens of the planet.
Denizens.
You like that?
Big word!
I know. And,
that's a $2 word.
Right, and they they're on this kind of speeder bike thing or whatever, and there's some raiders tracking them down, and then he's like, "Get out of the way, let me drive, because I'm the best fighter pilot in the galaxy," type deal, and whatever. And then there's also some expanded kind of politics, right, with the Senate and
all that's in the book.
That's all in the book, yeah.
But Lego, are they talking again in this movie? Or they're not grunting anymore, right? In the game?
It's all, like I said, you have the voice acting of the original movie with other actors filling in other parts to, so when you're having a conversation with Han Solo on the Millennium Falcon, before a mission, they have somebody just filling in for him. So,
platforms price, Skungy?
It's basically on everything.
Okay.
PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, 3DS and PC. It's cheaper on the handheld systems. Next generation systems, it's $59.99. There is a season pass for it.
Okay.
Now, I will suggest the season pass because it's only $10 extra, and you get, I think it's about 60 additional characters and 3 extra levels and about 10 extra missions, all just for another $10.
That's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to shift gears real quick, Skungy. have you looked at the Steam Summer Sale at all?
I haven't spent any money on it. No, I haven't. I'm completely lying.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of good games. I kind of breezed through it the other day with my buddy Dan.
How much money did you spend?
Believe it or not,
$4 and I got 80 games.
Right. Believe it or not, I have not spent any money. They do have a fantastic game if you like party games. It's a game called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Which exploded.
Exactly.
Set it up.
That's a game up Dave's alley.
No, have you heard of this one, Skungy?
Actually, I haven't.
Okay.
But just the title has me intrigued.
So what it is you and a friend are bomb technicians trying to disarm a bomb. One person's looking at the screen and they can see, what the bomb is. The other person has a manual on how to disarm the bomb, but they have to face away from the screen, and you have to keep talking to one another. And I'm looking at this, and it has these switches, and then you flip to the manual, and you're like, okay, well, then you need to do X, Y, and Z in this sequence, and if you do it all correctly, then it'll disarm the bomb, and it's kind of really cool.
All right, Skungy. Anything else before we kick you off the show?
Nothing.
All right, good. You're fired.
Love you, Skungy.
All right, see you next week.
Bye.
All right, guys, you're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. When we come back, Frank Grillo. He has threatened bodily harm to De Niro. It's going to be awesome. All right, guys, stay tuned. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.
An Independence Day celebration is going on right now on Highway 18 in Edgard, and also LA 44 in Reserve is closed from Central Avenue to West 5th. Watch for an accident, Rampart at St. Anne. Heavy traffic remains coming in from Metairie to the CBD on the Riverbound Expressway. Watch for slowing from Metairie Road up toward the Crescent City connection. Still heavy traffic on I-12 eastbound between 1077 and 190. I'm Lisa Baque. Follow us on Twitter at Total Traffic NO.
Around the world, there are young people who face a difficult decision: continue their dream of education or drop out to help support their families. In a single moment, you can help them write a new story. See potential, not poverty, at unbound.org. This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
Looks like we'll see a mostly dry evening. We'll call it summer nice with typical muggies, but not much breeze, lows in the 70s. Tomorrow, not much rain, a little drier, sun and clouds, plenty hot, just a stray storm, highs 91 to 95. It'll feel like 100 to 105 degrees. From the Fox 8 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist David Bernard.
While many rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. Mahatma Gandhi reached out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. So, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Is that a faucet running? That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Carl just used TrueCar to buy a used car in Philadelphia, and now he's feeling confident.
That building is where George Washington wrote the Constitution. Oh, there's the Liberty Bell, cracked when Benjamin Franklin rang it too hard. What?
He's so confident because he was able to get all the pricing information he needed from TrueCar. Carl then worked with a TrueCar certified dealer and received a nice discount off the list price.
Oh, look, the stadium where the Eagles play. World champs. Oh, boy.
When you're ready to buy a new or used car, visit TrueCar.com or download the TrueCar app.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Kosh's Bazaar has an unconventional inventory for the discerning geek collector. Comic book-related collectibles, vintage New Orleans items, militaria, and plenty for your mundane friends. Kosh's Bazaar, 5727 Jefferson Highway, the Unflea Market. If you enjoy books that are sensual, macabre, unusual, and filled with magic, then delve into the worlds of award-winning author and editor Kimberly B. Richardson. Her books, Tales from a Goth Librarian 1 and 2, The Decemberists, and Mabon Pomegranate will surely satisfy your craving for the strange and unusual. Her books are available through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, as well as Dark Oak Press at darkoakpress.com. Have a cup of Earl Grey, turn the pages, and see what lurks within.
The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
Hello, creeps. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to The Week in Geek.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
G squared. Welcome, Brian.
Yeah, I know.
I loved it. You were like teasing the listeners as to whether or not you were going to talk.
Yeah, I know.
All right, man. So, hey.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to learn something?
I always want to learn something.
Good answer.
And now it's time for the word of the day.
Hell, you could say that 10,000 times and it still wouldn't be enough. It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time. Shake it back!
The word of the day.
I love it. Say it one more time. Shake it back!
The word of the day is brought to you by the Vaping Tiger. Find them on the web at vapingtiger.com. The word of the day.
All right, Brian. So now the word of the day is actually kind of it's interesting, okay? The word is called shibboleth.
Shibboleth.
When I first thought I thought it was like some sort of Lovecraftian, Cthulhian god at first.
It has...
It does look similar to that, like Shub-Nugaroth.
Yeah, it also seems a bit Yiddish.
It is, you are correct.
Oh, okay.
It has a Hebrew base, but
okay.
Shibboleth is a peculiarity of pronunciation. A peculiarity of pronunciation, kind of like during World War II, they had those passwords like on the like Guadalcanal and in the Japanese islands. They'd say "Lucky Lou" because Japanese people couldn't pronounce the L's.
All right.
So that's what a shibboleth is. It's a peculiarity of a pronunciation. So if somebody said "Rucky Roo,"
right.
It's also when Brian Held can't say the word album and calls it albums.
I do throw an extra L in there sometimes.
Yeah,
yes.
You love it. Albums. Hey, you just want to make sure that word gets us extra 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brian, you want me to set up this interview?
Well, you did the interview.
I did the interview. It's been so long since I did it, though.
Oh, you want me to talk about it now since you're not even facing the mic?
Yes, there we go.
There you go.
Good job. All right, so this is Frank Grillo. We interviewed him right before Comic-Con, and he didn't talk much about Civil War because he couldn't. But now he did talk a lot about The Purge, Anarchy, which actually comes into theaters tonight. So here, take a listen.
Dave.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So Dave is setting
Frank
up this...
Frank Grillo, The Purge 3. Can we talk about anything about that?
Oh yeah. I could. I got a little more leeway on that. 3 kind of takes it to where it begins, The Purge, which is D.C. And it's weird because a lot of what's going on with Donald Trump right now and the things that he's saying and what's going on in our country is kind of paralleling what Purge 3 is about accidentally. I think accidentally. So it takes place in D.C. and it's very political as opposed to the last 2, and you really kind of find out who's behind the purge and why. And my character, who comes back from the last movie, has a dilemma because he wants to see the purge gone, and so that's about as much as I can tell you. But I'm very much involved in protecting the person who wants the purge disbanded.
So you're reprising the same role. So now, does this kind of like lay the groundwork for how you made your decisions in the previous purge, where you decided to save people that night?
Absolutely. I think at the core of who the guy is, he's a lawman. He's somebody who has a moral compass, who knows the difference between right and wrong. So ultimately, as much as he'd want to serve himself in the second purge. He couldn't do it. It's just not what he's made of. So, and I think you get a real sense of who the guy is, obviously, in the third.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I mean, I'm a father. I know you're a father as well. So I mean, as much as I almost kind of didn't want to ask you this question, but I mean, as a father, I mean, was it easy to identify with that character at first, with that loss? I mean, I can't imagine it myself.
Yeah. I mean, it is. Interestingly, one of my son's friends who was 7 years old at the time in New York City was kind of mowed down by a taxi driver while he was holding his father's hand. The guy had basically veered off the road and gone on the sidewalk and took this kid out. He was a baby. And I remember saying to myself, I would hunt the guy down.
Yeah.
And I would kill him. So I definitely, a lot of what was the rage for me in that movie was imagining all that bad stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you're in this wonderful series, Kingdom, and in Warrior you played an MMA coach. Now, who was like the Avi in your life who pushed you to kind of be a fighter and excel at what you do?
It's funny because my father was never interested really, and it was all kind of came out of my imagination. I was very self-motivated, and I continue to be self-motivated. I never really had really strong mentors. I had wrestling coaches and football coaches in school and stuff that were helpful, but for me it was always about being self-motivated and continue to this day. And it's kind of what I instill in my kids too. I'll always be here for you, but you got to find it within yourself to do what you want to do in the world. So I wish, and I'm kind of a junkie when it comes to that too. Like I attach myself now to dudes, like older dudes who I see are successful. So it's like, okay. That's interesting, and I kind of gravitate towards people like that.
Right. Now, so now the Kingdom, are we looking at a third season yet? Has that been confirmed?
Oh, yeah, we're shooting the third season now, so that'll come on sometime in the next few months. And, from what we're understanding is it's going to continue on further than that.
Well, great. Congratulations, man.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I'm really proud of that show.
So now I would be remiss if I didn't talk anything about Captain America Civil War.
Yes, you would.
I will steer clear of any plot points. Now, when Marvel first pitched you the role of Brock Rumlow, I mean, what was from the beginning, from the outset, did they have plans on you becoming Crossbones?
Well, the proposition of it all was that this was an origin film, the first one, and we're going to see the character expand and turn into what it's no secret. I mean, Rumlow turns into Crossbones in the comics. Right. So, the interesting thing about Marvel is they use their characters, especially secondary characters, which I would consider Crossbones to be, in any fashion that they choose. It doesn't necessarily follow the comic book stories. So, without giving too much away, I mean, I can tell you I don't kill Captain America. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, Crossbones, he kills Captain America." So the saga continues. So where we go from Civil War is, we don't know, but Crossbones is definitely, and again, I'm not revealing anything that hasn't already been seen. Crossbones is there to kind of start the trouble. He starts the trouble off, and about as much as I can say without Marvel sending the police to get me.
Absolutely, man. No, so I mean, but like with a title like Civil War, I mean, I'm assuming we're going to see a hell of a lot of great fights in this. And yeah. So I mean, you're a scrapper, man. I mean, I've read that you were black and blue after some of the fights with Chris Evans. I mean, you really liked getting punched, don't you?
I actually took a break to talk to you. I'm actually in the boxing gym right now.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm at Fortune Gym in California.
Dude, that is awesome. So I mean, you really enjoy it. I mean, I'm not trying to screw with you. I mean, I'm being honest.
No, it's what I do, man. That's why the show Kingdom is I'm so fortunate, because it really does pair the two things that occupy most of my time, which is acting and I train. I box every day. I roll around. Most of my friends are fighters and MMA guys, and it's just what I love. So it's really interesting.
In closing, look, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and also, finally, what is your dream fight, man? Who do you want to square off with in the ring? I mean, it could be fictional, it could be, a politician, man, you name it. I will set up the fight.
I want to fight De Niro.
De Niro. Holy crap, boy, you shoot for the stars. I like you.
Yeah, I want to fight De Niro.
Man, all right, you know what? I'm going to call his agent. We're going to hook this up.
All right, do that. You have my number.
Absolutely. All right, Frank Grillo, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you, Mr. Frank Grillo. Thank you so much.
See you soon, brother.
Have a great day.
Bye.
All right, guys, when we get back, we're going to do top nerd news, and we're going to talk about a little Dungeons and Dragons movies.
Yes, and actually, I have something where I'm going to troll myself and try to piss you off at the same time.
Wow. That's bold words, sir. Bold words. All right, guys, stay tuned. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
In your neighborhood, who you gonna call?
This report is brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Currently in reserve, the Independence Day celebration is going on LA 44. The area is closed between Central Avenue and West 5th. And also on the West Bank side in Edgard, the celebration is going on along Highway 18. Traffic is still slow at the high rise on I-610 East, starting near Elysian Fields. I'm Lisa Baquet. If you see traffic problems, call us, 504-620-1000.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone. MAD is here to help. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. That's MADD.org.
Here's the thing about baseball.
There is nothing better than spring training out in Arizona.
It sometimes goes on during the day.
Inconvenient.
And here's the thing about my employer. They expect me to work during the day.
Lame.
With iHeartRadio.com, I'm able to keep up with my favorite teams and my favorite station right at work. Not to mention music, all free. Listen online at iHeartRadio.com or using our iHeartRadio app.
The app is especially useful if work blocks access to iHeartRadio.com.
How dare they?
Welcome to my castle, milady. Take a seat as I amaze you with my Vizio Smartcast M-Series home theater display. The brightness, the contrast. You've never seen picture quality this amazing. I believe it's safe to say you're already in love. With my Vizio, of course. 'Tis only our second date.
The Vizio Smartcast M-Series delivers best-in-class picture quality with Ultra HD and high dynamic range with Dolby Vision. Learn more at Vizio.com/date night. Vizio. Beautifully simple.
At iHeartMedia, we've harnessed the power of sound in a way that can help you expand your reach to a new group of target customers and grow your business through customized and effective advertising. Call 844-BUY-RADIO or go to iHeartMedia.com.
While many rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. Mahatma Gandhi reached out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. So, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coo's is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Kasha's Bazaar has an unconventional inventory for the discerning geek collector. Comic book-related collectibles, vintage New Orleans items, militaria, and plenty for your mundane friends. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jefferson Highway, the Unflea Market.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, one block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
Final round.
This is the Week in Geek.
Excellent.
On Fox Sports 1280.
Outstanding.
Broadcasting from the TubbyandCoos.com studios.
Fight!
Here's David and Brian.
Finish him!
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
Scorpion.
And I waited for the toasty.
I know. Good job, man.
I know.
I'm so proud of you. My little boy's all grown up.
Mm-hmm. So, is it that time again?
It is. Well, real quick, y'all. You know what always chaps my butt every time you're like, let's give a shout out to my buddy who lives in Timbuktu and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, actually, I met two people that did not know about our show.
Okay.
And we had a lovely conversation. I was over at Rendon Inn today filling up a cigarette machine.
Yeah.
And the bartender apparently had just seen Batman versus Superman.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I just want to give a shout out to the bartender and the patron over there at Rendon Inn who... hopefully they're checking out the show right now.
Yeah.
And because you know what? In Top Nerd News, we have some information on BVS.
We do.
The special edition. All right, here we go. Where is it? Son of a... And now, your Top Nerd News stories from around the world, brought to you by Kasha's Bazaar at 5727 Jefferson Highway. And now, your Top Nerd News stories.
Well, I was going to wait on it, but since you went ahead and brought it up out of the gate, we'll talk about BVS. The Ultimate Edition is now available in video on demand, and the discs will drop next month on July 19th. 30 minutes of added material, Dave.
I know, that's awesome. That's great. 30 minutes of you squirming in your seat more.
So, and this was the trolling, aggravating you bit is that I was bringing up.
I'm not offended. Well, because there's normal people out there who didn't have a stick firmly implanted in their rectum who enjoyed the movie.
So I read an article earlier today, actually, talking about this new edition, and the guy who wrote the article actually did not like the movie.
Are you talking about the critic, the one who like tweeted out that? I will never watch the original edition ever again.
No,
who slammed it, and now he's like, I love the movie.
No, this is just some guy writing an article in that I'm not referencing anybody in specific like that, but he just said he didn't like it the first go round, and that he watched it, and while it's not perfect, it does lend context to to more of the film. It explains more things, and that he actually has some appreciation for the film now that this has been released. And that was the whole trolling myself. Should I actually watch this?
You probably should, because you only saw it once in the theaters, you big sissy.
How many times did you see it in the theaters?
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah. Yes, it was good.
Because you like to torture yourself?
I do. I have two eyes, so I saw two movies.
Oh, jeez.
No, actually, I saw the first one in 3D, and then I went back to watch it like a normal person. Spies 3D. But no, I mean, from everything that everybody's saying, the extended edition is much better, and it really, I guess, you can't have a 3.5, 4 hour movie.
It's only 3 hours, Dave.
3 hours is a long time. I'm riddled with ADD.
Yes.
But, I mean, yeah, it seems like...
You want to try a long movie?
I will.
Try watching all three of the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings trilogy in one go. It's like 14 and a half hours of movie.
God, it's Skungy. He went and saw the entire Marvel library marathon over at AMC.
Yeah.
Man's not right.
I know.
All right, what's next?
What's next? What do you want to talk? You want to talk about the Dungeons and Dragons, The Hand of Chaos?
The Hand of Chaos. So, all right, well, the movie's supposed to be, I don't even know if they have a release date on it, but I don't know. The guy got a copy of the screenplay.
Right.
And so the working title is apparently Dungeons and Dragons, The Hand of Chaos. Now, this is what's kind of cool. Apparently, it's going to be kind of like an object quest.
Yeah.
Kind of like, a more, oh my God, like Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of deal where you're trying to get something back.
I was kind of thinking more, what is it, Conan the Destroyer? He's got to go get the horn in the, or the ruby.
But Conan the Destroyer wasn't very good.
Yeah.
What? Of course, you're gonna pick crappy movies.
Well,
Look, this movie actually, I've got a little bitty bit of hope for it.
I actually liked the second Dungeons and Dragons movie.
The second one was pretty good, but it was just they did it on a shoestring budget,
right?
And the effects were garbage. If you could have flip-flopped them, those would have been better. If you could have taken the first movie and given them the second movie's budget, we might have done good. But no. So I don't know. I mean, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
I do hope they get it right this time.
Well, I don't know. That they probably won't. I'm just getting my hopes up for no apparent reason.
So lots of reports are coming out about Comic-Con, right? That's going to be next month from starting July 20th is the preview night, 21st through the 24th is the event.
Man, the Top Nerd News is very DC heavy.
It is DC heavy. It's making me crazy, but there's a lot of new shows coming out that they're going to be previewing for DC for Warner Brothers. And honestly, look, as much as I bang on DC, look,
you're a hater.
You see, now I'm trying to give a compliment here, and you're
okay.
Yeah, no, they do TV right. In fact, they do it much better than Marvel. Although I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that's all we got.
You always got to preface it with crap.
What?
It's always with you. All right, so
the devil's in the details.
This is for people who actually care about other stuff besides Marvel. It doesn't just have to be DC, Brian. It just doesn't have to be. Because iZombie is what? Let's see. I think in your words, it's like, it's a Vertigo product, so of course it's okay.
Well, I do like a lot of Vertigo stuff.
All right. Well, here's the thing. The one that the whole reason I wanted to talk about it was they're going to be showing up Powerless. That's the one where it's kind of like The Incredibles. If Mr. Incredible wasn't Mr. Incredible, if he was just an insurance salesman, trying to sell people policies.
Yeah, but I thought
house was destroyed by
superpowered
villains and heroes fighting amongst each other and destroying the city.
Yeah, no, Marvel did something like that called Damage Incorporated. So
never heard of it.
No, all right, okay.
Never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what you're talking about. So this one looks pretty good. Well, did they make a TV series of it,
they
Brian?
Then
shut your face. God, look, I'm sleep deprived. Don't mess with me right now.
Okay.
All right, Time After Time. It's another movie you have not seen. This is going to be a TV series. It's H.G. Wells. It's a young H.G. Wells and his partner, who just happens to be Jack the Ripper, and Jack the Ripper takes H.G. Wells' time machine and goes back. I think he was in the future. I can't remember.
Yeah, no, I think it is in the future. You're right.
That's right. He goes in the 19th century.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is the H.G. Wells before he's written any of his seminal works.
Right, and it is based off of a book, and there was a movie in 1979.
Yes.
So this is sort of a
the
reboot.
79 was Malcolm McDowell and somebody else. It was actually pretty good. I mean, I remember enjoying that movie. It really was. It was pretty good.
Cool.
So what else? There was
Teen Titans Go.
Who cares?
I do like Teen Titans.
God, you would.
Why?
Oh my God, it's a children's cartoon, Brian.
Well, I do like a lot of DC cartoons. I like the Batman.
Teen Titans Go is literally like the children's cartoon.
All right. Well,
they sing songs and I mean, DJ watches it, and then I end up watching it with DJ. It's rather entertaining.
And here you're giving me heck.
It's not riveting though.
Okay.
I mean, it's mind-dulling, numbing fun.
Is there little
Justice League Action? That's going to be supposedly like the one that's going to be. I don't know. DC's always done their movies well, so I mean,
the movies or cartoons. You mean
they're cartoon movies?
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm going to punch you through the glass.
We want to make sure it goes out
correctly
correctly over the air.
DC. Oh my God, I hate you.
All right, so let's
Star Wars.
You want to talk about
Yes,
Star Wars?
I want to talk about Star Wars. Damn it.
So Rogue One they're still dithering on whether or not they're
dithering.
You like that?
No, I didn't.
They're still back and forth about whether they're going to have the opening crawl. What do you think?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it falls in between. It's not 3, it's not 4, and it's not really 3.5. I guess technically it would be like 3.5 because it ends 5 minutes before A New Hope.
Right.
So this one is a standalone movie.
Right.
I mean, this one is not part of a trilogy. It's not part of a greater work. It's kind of like filling in the blanks.
Well, it is, but it's still part of the greater overall story, right?
This is the argument. What we're having right now is what a bunch of executives are having.
Right.
this movie should be enough to stand on its own, and I think
absolutely.
That's what they're arguing about right now. They're trying to say, okay, well, look, we want this to stand out from the rest of the stuff. We don't want it to be lost in the white noise of all the other Star Wars movies. And I mean, it's a ridiculous argument, but from a advertising, branding sort of thing, I can kind of see where they're coming from.
No,
I don't particularly agree with it. If they take the crawl out, I think we should crawl over to their houses and beat them over the head with a stick.
I wasn't going to go quite as angry as that. But I do think they need to keep the crawl.
I agree. Brian, we agree on something.
Oh, my.
Yay!
Somebody write that down.
Okay. So, and then what else do we have?
Well, I wanted to talk real quick. We're talking about comics. I picked up the recent Captain America #2, and I'm all caught up on Civil War 2. It's getting kind of ugly, man.
Should we say spoiler alert? All right.
I'm not going to completely spoil Captain America 2, right? I'm just going to say, and it's out on the internet, that there's an explanation for the Hail Hydra.
Okay, see, I've not clicked on any of the links that have been popping up on Facebook because I don't want to know. But I mean, when the writers of the comic initially said, "Oh, it's going to be like probably by issue 7, we're going to get to that arc. We want to explore so much stuff, find the true meat of Captain America." And so, are they already just throwing in the towel in issue 2?
So I read actually a retraction today where a website was talking about, obviously Marvel is reacting to its fans to basically give the big reveal of the Hail Hydra in issue 2.
Right. I mean, he killed somebody too, though.
He did kill somebody. However, the comics industry doesn't turn on a dime like that. Right? These guys, the artists and the writers and stuff, are working months in advance to the release of a book. Right? So unless they went and really planned it out, like this is going to be so bad, the internet's going to go insane, we need to have 2 or 3 different books ready to go.
You don't know. They might have done that.
They could have done that, but, I mean, they'd be paying for a lot of, they'd be paying an artist to do several books worth that's only going to sell 1 issue, right? That might be a little much, right? So
that makes sense,
right? So it, they actually, this website came and retracted their statement and saying, well, look, they prepare very much in advance. This is obviously how it was going to happen anyway. So look, there's a reveal. There's a good reason for him saying Hail Hydra.
Do you find the reason acceptable?
Yeah,
in your learned opinion,
in a very comic book sense, I do. I don't have a problem with it. And dude, sad times in Civil War 2 that's happening right now. 2 deaths, two superhero deaths.
Well, Rhodey died to kick it all off.
Yes, Rhodey died.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, and then there's somebody else.
Dun, dun, dun.
Uh-huh. So we'll maybe next week we'll talk about that death.
All right. Well, speaking of dead people, Game of Thrones season finale.
Yeah.
Great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I loved it. I highly recommend it.
I loved it. It was better than Cats. I'll see it again and again.
All right, guys, stay tuned. When we come back, we will wrap up the show with a segment we like to call This Week in Geek History, and we'll probably throw in some other stuff. Stay tuned.
Faucet running? That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Janet just saved some money buying a new car, and now she's feeling confident.
Thanks for calling the Laughing Bone.
I'd like to sign up for an improv comedy class.
That's because she used TrueCar to see what others paid for the same car. She then connected with a TrueCar certified dealer and saved $3,500 off MSRP. Yep, Janet is feeling pretty confident.
What's a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
No, it is the sea we love.
Oh, boy.
When you're ready to buy a new or used car, visit TrueCar.com or download the TrueCar app.
AutoZone presents the oil change. Regular oil changes protect your engine from wear and tear, helping your car roll well beyond the 100,000-mile mark. And right now, you can get a 5-quart jug of STP conventional motor oil and an STP oil filter for just $18.99. So visit your local AutoZone. With over 5,000 locations, the right supplies and good advice are just around the corner, so you can fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions and details in store.
Leave the smoke behind and come chase the clouds at the Vaping Tiger in Metairie. The Vaping Tiger has everything to suit your vaping needs, from starter kits to advanced devices. We specialize in handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices designed to tickle the most fickle taste buds. Come see us at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. That's the Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway, and at vapingtiger.com. Come out of the smoke and join us in the clouds.
Kasha's Bazaar, located at 5727 Jesson Highway, across from Red, White, and Blue. Geeky collectibles and more. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Kasha's Bazaar. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jesson Highway, the Flea Market.
Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby and Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
During the Home Depot's Red, White, and Blue Savings Event, get $10 off 1-gallon cans and $40 off 5-gallon buckets of interior and exterior paints and stains. Advanced paints and primers in one go on faster and easier, so you'll have time to paint a room or two and still have plenty of holiday in your holiday weekend. We're pouring more into paint with $10 off 1-gallon cans and $40 off 5-gallon buckets, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only, valid through July 6th by rebate.
This is Captain Kells, Tim Russ. You're listening to The Week in Geek, Fox Sports 1280.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
D-Squared.
All right, man.
All right, so look, we have a media notice. I'm like crazy, super excited about this.
Tubby & Coos is welcoming World Horror Grandmaster Brian Keene in his first New Orleans visit since 2007. He's going to be in town Saturday, July 16th from 2 to 4.
Where? At
Tubby & Coos, Mid-City Bookshop, the Nerd Mecca of New Orleans.
Wow. All right, so my brother's probably listening. Elmer, that's the book that it's called The Rising. It's the zombie book that he wrote back in 2003.
And the book tour is for his new book, Pressure.
What's it about?
Let's see.
Read it, Brian. I'm too excited. Actually, no, I really am. I'm not screwing around for once. Actually, this guy is a really good author. I've read a bunch of his books, like The Conqueror Worms, which isn't on here. There's a bunch of. He's a really good horror writer, and I blew through his books, and I'm a horribly slow reader.
Yeah, no, this is a thriller, right?
Okay, so it's probably pretty much along the same lines of a lot of the horror stuff he's done. Yeah,
probably.
That's cool. So, all right, so what are the dates again?
It is July 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. at Tubby & Coos.
Sweet.
So we should go out there.
We should. We're going to score an interview with him.
Yeah. So, speaking of dates, of upcoming things, I know, of course, for Dave, it's super early, right? But there are conventions after convention, just constantly having conventions all around the place. We're going to be at MechaCon. That's July 29th through the 31st down at the Hilton Riverside. So come stop by and say hi. Check that out. Look, just get in for your tickets now, right? Most all of these events have price breaks if you pre-order tickets, right?
Nobody does that.
Yeah, I do. So the other thing is Pensacola Comic Convention. That's going to be August 20th and 21st down in Pensacola. Now, we've gone down there a few times. That was actually when we interviewed the Wildcat guys
The Dalmatian Sensation.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good name if I can remember it.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. So, Mechacon.com and then PensacolaComicCon.com for more information on both of those events.
And Mechacon looks like Michacon.
Yeah,
somebody on TV said that. It was so funny.
They did. Good but both great events. We've been there before.
Yes, and we're doing it again.
All right, are you ready for...
We have got to close out this show with a segment we like to call This Week in Geek History.
This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Five Stones Media. Find them on the net at fivestonesmedia.com. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
All right, Brian.
All right.
What we got?
I think I got some good ones this time. First item on the list is June 27th, 1986. Starring David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly, it's...
Labyrinth.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
You know, it was that meme of Hoggle.
Yeah,
and
Keith Richards.
Keith Richards that blew us through 2000.
Oh, yeah, no, that was a great one. And Ernie posted another one recently about how to solve the riddle that's in the movie.
I didn't get to click on that.
Yeah.
Cyber Ernie is always just knocking it out the park on the Facebook page.
Great.
Facebook.com/The Week in Geek.
All right, we're going to go way back on this one. On June 29th, 1613.
Man, you're going way back.
The original Globe Theatre in London, England
Shakespeare
burns down accidentally when a cannon discharged during the performance of William Shakespeare's Henry VIII sets fire to the building.
I am Henry VIII. I am. Okay.
Set fire to a building's thatched roof.
So the stage manager and the stage crew burnt down
the Globe Theatre, yeah.
Wow. I bet they got fired. Get thee to a nunnery.
Yes, well...
I would not want to, man. I mean, did Shakespeare have any insurance on the theater?
They probably didn't have insurance agents back then.
It's Jake from State Farm.
Right.
Khakis.
Jeez.
What's next?
All right. We're gonna see if you can catch the reference out of this one.
Oh, damn.
On June 30th, 1908. At around 7:15 a.m., northwest of Lake Baikal, Russia, a huge fireball nearly as bright as the sun is seen crossing the sky. Minutes later, there's a huge flash and a shockwave 400 miles away over Tunguska.
That's the meteor that like flattened out half of Siberia.
It was equivalent to the energy of between 10 and 50 megatons of TNT.
And it exploded.
Yes.
It did.
Destroyed 830 square miles of forest. You know,
sweet jumping Jesus.
So the reference is, wow, that was bigger than the dimensional cross rip of the Tuskegee incident from 1909.
The Ghostbusters references. Whenever Egon talks, I'm just like, I know he said something. I just don't understand it. Was it Egon?
No, it was Ray.
Oh, my God.
What?
Well, you're going to have to learn all new names anyway.
You're right. But what's funny is that actually Ray got the date wrong.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he says 1909 in the movie, and it was here. It was 1908.
He probably didn't check his sources like Wikipedia.
Or he was probably just too excited as normal. So.
All right, so we got time for one more and some birthdays, I guess.
Let's see.
Or do we have any more?
Oh, no, I have plenty more. Actually, I have 3 more.
Woo!
July 1st, 1984. William Gibson begins the Sprawl trilogy with the publication of Neuromancer. Are you familiar with this?
No.
William Gibson coined the term cyberspace. I mean, this is a...
Good on him. Like Al Gore invented the internet and he created cyberspace?
Look, this guy won the Triple Crown of book awards. He won the Hugo, the Nebula, and the Philip K. Dick awards for best novel. I mean, this is a fantastic book. I can't.
What was the name of it again?
Neuromancer.
I've not read it.
Oh, yeah. All right, on the 2nd of July, 1947... An object speculated to be a UFO crashes near Roswell, New Mexico.
And it exploded.
Did it explode? It was a weather balloon, Brian.
A weather balloon.
It was a weather balloon. Can't fool me.
And to close out on...
And then it probed somebody.
July 3rd, 1996. Starring Will Smith, Bill Pullman, Jeff Go. There you go.
Yes.
So,
hey, man, it's the 4th of July weekend coming up, man. We got an extended weekend. It's going to be fun.
Have you seen the new Independence Day movie?
No, and people are already eviscerating it.
Yeah, that's what I hear, too.
Who cares? It was just good, clean, alien murdering fun.
Right.
They destroy monuments and blow stuff up.
All right.
Is that what you wanted in a summer blockbuster? Yes. So say I.
All right.
So say we all.
So say we all. Yes, birthdays. You ready?
Yes.
On the 27th, Matthew Lewis. He was Neville Longbottom in Harry Potter.
Oh, I heard that he like got all buff and stuff.
He is, yeah. He's a heartthrob. Oh, it's great.
A heartthrob.
He is. On the was that a shibboleth, Dave?
Oh my God! All right, what's next?
On the 28th, Felicia Day.
Oh yeah.
Yes. On the 29th, Judith Hoag. She was April O'Neil in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Okay.
I had a crush on the cartoon April.
Oh, of course. On the 30th, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Okay.
Yeah. On the 1st, Dan Aykroyd. On the 2nd, Yancey Butler. She was Witchblade. And on the 3rd, Olivia Munn.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, we made it to the finish line, Brian. I'm going to go straight home and go to bed.
Awesome.
Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
We are Fox Sports 1280, WODT New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.